let's start the discussion, cause I'm
Yes.
also very much waiting for today's podcast, cause our topic is amazing. It's very interesting that how our mind and body is connected, like how we can connect more easily, or how we can get access to our subconscious mind using Silva method, so that we can heal ourselves, we can get rid of any kind of disease.
Yes, we
And
can do that.
I'm waiting to listen from you more and more on this topic, and I believe people are also waiting. So let's start. Like how like my first question will be like, we all know scientifically and from a bit of science that we have learned, you know that our brain is it's consists of neurons, and somehow neurons are sending the neurotransmitters, and that's how our body is working. But how
Exactly.
we can, we being conscious, how we can get control of these neurotransmitters, so that we can do whatever we want with our body. Let's start with this, please.
Your explanation to start with is great.
Thank you.
This is how I started actually.
Yeah.
I'm a psychologist, first of all. And my first line of work was mentally challenged children.
Okay.
So it was quite interesting journey for me. This
Mhm.
is how I had interest in brain, how it's working, how the neurons are working. And about 14 years in my adult working years, I was giving classes about psychocybernetics. Psychocybernetics is all about that how your brain helps you to achieve things. So what I was saying was that our brain is designed in a way which is called psychocybernetic. That it's goal oriented. All your thoughts, which is charged with your emotions especially, has a strong frequency, you might say, has a strong effect. Which, like, for example, I like to say that I want to hold this glass of tea. Then the only thing I need to do that, I, a thought comes into my mind.
Mhm.
And eventually, all my muscles, all my body moves towards this goal without me doing nothing else.
Okay. Okay.
In 60s, this was a great discovery. But our dear Jose Silva discovered this much before than this discovery. And the most interesting thing about the brain is that during your childhood, you create from all these experiences without a filter of cognition, without judgment, you create a self image and a self made scenario of who you are, what you're gonna do in this life. This is what we call programming. In hypnosis, in Silva Method, this is what we call it. And through this programming, your body uses the filters of perception. Whatever you perceive, the world is a chaos. From that chaos, we create an order according to our self program. But interestingly, nobody teaches us that the brain works this way. We just consider this normal. But we all create an inner voice,
Okay.
which helps us to put the world order into an order in our mind.
Okay. And
We all,
Gurgun, sorry to interrupt. I have a question here. Is like, I believe somehow our near and dear ones, our family, or the surrounding people, or the circumstances in which we are growing up, somehow it affects how we will create the perception, or how we will create the programming, right? So, uh, it somehow it affects.
It does affect, but
Yeah.
how it affects changes according to the person.
Okay. Okay.
The
How the
most
person
important,
is taking, right?
exactly. For example, you might be in a family that you have siblings, brothers
Mm-hmm.
and sisters.
Yes.
When you talk to them, you notice you don't remember the same events in the same way.
Hmm.
So
Yes. Correct.
classical psychology, Freudian psychology, taught that everybody experienced the same things in the same way somehow. If you hit your child will be badly affected out of it. But somehow the neuropsychology of the behavior showed
Mm-hmm.
that some people use the traumatic experiences to cope better with life.
Okay. Okay.
You know, in psychology, 2 plus 2 doesn't make 4
Mm-hmm.
because it's the size of possibilities since it includes the human factor inside. So the most important thing in here is that when in our life we have a catastrophic moment, whether it comes as a financial loss or a loss of health, a
Yeah.
diagnosis of a chronic disease or cancer, then all of a sudden, with this disease, we know that we were not at ease. That's an interesting thing. And then we start going inwards. What happened? Why this happened? What can I do to cope with it?